I'm Judge Penny Wolfgang. Welcome to The Big Picture. Our city has faced immense challenges and trauma in the last year, but one man has been there to lead us through. I'm one-on-one with Buffalo Mayor Byron Brown. Then meet Erie County's top law enforcement leader. Reporter Tony Farina catches up with Sheriff John Garcia. That and more right here, right now on The Big Picture. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the program. Byron William Brown II has been leading the Queen City as Buffalo's 62nd mayor since January 2006. He's the city's first African-American mayor and longest serving. Recently at the Good Government Club dinner, I had the honor to sit down with the mayor and catch up after an incredible year. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us today, Mayor. What about good government? How do you think we're at the Good Government event, and how do you think good government should be?
Well, it's good to be at the Good Government Club dinner. It's an organization that is dedicated to good government, to supporting people for office who will do a good job for the community, recognizing people in government in the community who are doing a good job. And good government is critical to maintaining public trust, to making sure that government is running smoothly, that it's running efficiently, and that it's running in the best interest of the people.
We've had a tough year here in Buffalo. I mean, just been one thing after another. The top shooting, the blizzard, probably a lot of other things that I'm leaving out. How are you coping, and how is the community coping?
And since the mass shooting, the racially motivated shooting of May 14th, 2022, it hasn't even been a year yet. Been a lot of challenges in the city of Buffalo. In that horrible event, 10 lives lost, 3 other people wounded. We had a brave firefighter, Jason Arno, died battling a fire in downtown Buffalo. Young man, 37 years old, husband, father of a 3-year-old. We had a young city worker who went to a concert and was trampled in a melee at the concert at the end of the concert event. 33 years old, mother of a 3-year-old child. So it has been a tough year. We have shown our strength and resilience as a community. This community rallies around each other. We lift each other up, and we have proven, and we've had to prove to the nation and the world why we are known as the city of good neighbors.
But also, I'm really concerned that all these bad things have happened, and when they think, and the blizzard, we left that out. So it's like a stain on our community every time you mention Buffalo or you hear Buffalo. It's something bad.
Well, you know, we've had to deal with challenge, we've had to deal with crisis, we've had to deal with tragedy. But from my travels and from my talking to people across the country, speaking to mayors from across the country, academics, media from across the country, really people respect Buffalo. They respect our strength, they respect how we come together, they respect how resilient we are in the face of these tragedies. You mentioned the blizzard, called a once-in-a-generation blizzard, actually worse than the blizzard of 1977, which is so famous. Just today, it was announced that President Biden approved the emergency disaster declaration that was requested by Governor Hochul. So that means reimbursement for the municipalities and also support for businesses and residents that were affected by that December 2022 blizzard.
Well, that's good news.
It is good news.
Right? And the other thing is, we're here, speaking of respect in government, we're here at the Good Government to honor Police Commissioner Joe Gramaglia, and I think you're responsible in a sense for his appointment. And tell us about that.
Well, Commissioner Gramaglia is a veteran of the Buffalo Police Department. He has served this community well. He is someone that I have great respect for. His work ethic, his intelligence, his study of the law and policing, and his commitment to this community to see a safe community, to see policing done in the proper way where all citizens are respected, where police officers conduct their duties professionally. So I think it's very fitting that the Good Government Club is honoring and recognizing Buffalo Police Commissioner Joseph Gramaglia this evening.
And I know he's been involved, and you have over the years, in community policing and getting the community. We interviewed, I can't think of his name, Tommy Champion, not too long ago when he was doing streets, like clean streets. And
yes.
We were so impressed with all of the people in the community that he was talking to and that his group was talking to and that were coming over to show their appreciation. So I know this has been like a long-range effort on your behalf, on the behalf of the city and by the police commissioner.
My administration has been focused for a very long time on community policing and understanding the power of community policing to make communities safer. Commissioner Gramaglia, a tremendous supporter of community policing, and whether he was a rank and file police officer, whether he was a chief of a district, when he was deputy commissioner, now as commissioner, he has always been a major supporter of police getting out into the community, building relationships with members of the community, showing their respect for members of the community, and working together shoulder to shoulder with our community. You mentioned Captain Tommy Champion, who is the director of community engagement in the Buffalo Police Department, doing a great job. He fills the shoes that were left by another great member of the police department, Captain Steve Nichols, who did a good job heading community engagement for the Buffalo Police Department. He left big shoes to fill, but Captain Champion is doing a tremendous job as well.
Well, I think things are really, progressing in the right direction for our city. And speaking of, the TOPS incident and all the issues that arose about law and order and safety after that, I think Gramaglia was called to testify in Washington even.
Yes, he's spoken in Washington a number of times about the TOPS incident. I've spoken in Washington a number of times about the TOPS horrific incident. I've spoken to the U.S. Conference of Mayors. I've spoken to the Yale Mayor's College about that incident. Family members of the victims of 5/14 have spoke in many different venues about the horror and the pain of that incident. We've advocated for change, sensible gun reform, a crackdown on white supremacy, a crackdown on people being radicalized on the internet, and we continue to push those issues for the benefit of all Americans, because this is not just a Buffalo phenomenon. Since the mass shooting in Buffalo, there were more than 600 just in 2022 alone. Already this year, there are close to 100 mass shootings in the United States of America, where Americans, whether they live in urban areas, suburban areas, or rural communities, are losing their lives to these incidents.
Thanks for talking to us today.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Mayor Brown. I look forward to our next conversation. The Big Picture will be right back after this short break.